Community Spotlight, powered by ATB Wealth Kelowna. Ready to take a powerful step towards the future you want today? Connect with local advisors at ATB Wealth Kelowna to get started.
And we're live. Hello, everyone. Welcome to ATB Wealth Community Spotlight, where we do features on people in the community that are making a difference. And today, I'm joined by Laurie Stevenson from Dress for Success. Thanks for joining me.
Thanks, Rob. Thanks for having me. It's great to be here.
We were yakking before, and we're like almost missed going live. So here we are.
Here we are. Let's go.
So, Laurie, you're Executive Director, Dress for Success. I'm always curious about the journey. What got you to where you are today? So I'm curious about your background, because I think you've been at Dress 3 years. You've been
just about 4
Oh
already.
wow, okay.
Time flies.
So how did that? The shortened version. We're taking the short elevator ride on sort of how the progression from what you were doing in the past. I think you had some background in nonprofits and so forth. What kind of led you to Dress for Success?
Well, that's a great question. Yeah. I think my background really lends itself well to the work that I landed in and the passion that's grown in me. I started in oil and gas accounting, so a lot of business background there for a number of years in Calgary. Okay. And then I started volunteering at the community level when I lived in a very small community for a time, and that sparked in me the interest to get involved with the community and give back and do work that was meaningful and fed my soul.
Right.
Led me to the Canadian Cancer Society was how I started in nonprofit. That was a number of years and cemented that passion for working with volunteers, working with donors, working in the community, making a difference in the lives of people. And so with Dress for Success, I'd finished a 3-year stint as general manager of the Students' Union at UBC Okanagan. And was thinking, I'm going to take the summer off, but I'm going to volunteer. I got to do something. I don't want to go back to work just yet, so I'm going to volunteer. So I reached out to Dress for Success. I saw an ad for a career coach on Volunteer Connector. And I thought, that would be cool. I could do that. So I reached out and met with a staff member at the time, and she said, this is great, but we also have openings on the board. I think with your experience, I'd like to shift you in that direction. So I joined the board. And a couple of very short months later, they're like, hey,
do we have something for you?
We're looking for our first executive director. And we know you're in between roles. And is that something that you'd be interested in? And the rest is history. It's been 4 years of just amazing growth and fantastic relationships building here in this community.
Very cool. And it's interesting because people that work in the industry maybe get it, and the people that don't. I could just imagine it's, all the nonprofits we talk to, it's typically short staff, short money all the time, right? Because you're always funding, tough getting funding, you're running events, you're doing all this stuff. So what motivates you? Where's the drive for that? I want to say the chaos that you live in within nonprofits, right? Where does that come from?
That's an easy one, Rob, with Dress for Success, because, unlike the Canadian Cancer Society, where the work we did was very meaningful, I didn't get to see the results of that work. We drove cancer research. In this work with Dress for Success, I get to see the impact on people's lives every single day. We have clients coming into our boutique, and they leave looking and feeling completely different than when they walked in. Sometimes they'll come in and they're unsure of themselves. They're not sure what to expect, maybe lacking a little bit of confidence. And when they come in, especially if they're coming in for a styling appointment, and they meet with one of our volunteer stylists, and they start putting on clothes that make them feel, confident. It's something they've already had inside. We don't give them anything they didn't already have, but it bubbles to the surface.
Interesting.
And they leave with their heads held back, a sparkle in the eye. So that's just a part of it. And the emails we get every single day about, I was not expecting to find what I found at Dress for Success.
Interesting. And because you've been now almost 4 years, you've probably seen people you've worked with in year one that have, that have gone on and lived their lives and have come back, and you probably see that progression, which is pretty cool.
We do. We see full circle moments like that all the time. Volunteers becoming staff members, volunteers becoming board members, clients becoming volunteers and ambassadors for us in our community. It's amazing. They want to give back after experiencing.
Absolutely, I would think so for sure. So interesting. So you've probably seen a lot of change in the last 4 years, right? Because I'm sure you've had a vision that you're trying to with the board and your team trying to drive through, and it doesn't happen overnight. right? So, but for people maybe that are not familiar, you said something that was interesting because the title is Dress for, it's called Dress for Success, but it's more than that, right? So maybe let's let sort of the audience know that it's like what you guys do, how you work with people, and in the different areas that you can maybe deliver on. So
yeah, absolutely. It is so much more than just a styling service. That's how it started.
Right.
It started with, recognizing that women have enough barriers to employment that not having the right outfit for an interview or job shouldn't be another one. But it's grown to be so much more than that. So we meet women wherever they're at in their career journey. So whether they're just getting started and they're looking for work, maybe it's for the first time. Maybe it's for the first time in a long time after they've stayed at home with their children and raised their children. Maybe they are finding themselves divorced and now having to single-handedly support their family. Maybe they're new arrivals to the country. So wherever a woman is at in her journey, we meet them there. Okay. So some of our clients are heavily barriered to employment, and some not so. They come to us relatively highly educated professionals from another country that don't know how to get started here.
Right.
So we provide, the styling services. So if a woman has an interview, she can come in and get 2 complete looks for that process. If she has a new job or comes to us with a job and needing clothing, she'll get 5 complete looks. We also do career services. So helping, especially newcomers, where do I even start looking for a job here in Kelowna? So sending them to Indeed, that kind of thing, connecting them with other community partners and resources in the city of Kelowna, doing interview practice and preparation, resume preparation, cover letter, that kind of thing. And then, of course, we all know getting the job is only the first step.
Yeah, for sure.
Now you got to be successful and thrive. So we offer ongoing personal and professional development. And we do that through a number of mechanisms, primarily our Set Up for Success program, which is a 12-week cohorted program. So women come together for a 12-week session of weekly workshops on topics ranging everything from AI, which I think you're doing one of those for us, to financial literacy, to interview etiquette, to business communication. You name it, we probably cover it. So the women need to complete, they can come for 1 workshop or they can come for 12. But if they complete a minimum of 8, we will give them a membership for Kelowna Women in Business for 1 year. Because we also know that you need your own supportive network, right, in order to thrive and be successful. So we help them with that. Cool. We want to help them build a sense of community for themselves. Right. And then they have one-to-one mentorship that walks with them through that entire process, helping them reach their goals.
Got it. Interesting. So how, how do people, do they have to apply? Would they have to apply for it? Do they just walk in and go? So how does that process work?
Sort of apply. Apply is a little heavy of a word.
Okay.
But we are by appointment only. Okay. So you do kind of enter through either our website. You can phone us or go on our website. We'll direct you to a client intake form. That just collects your information, gets you into the system so that then we can reach out and start the process for wherever you're at, whatever you're looking for. We also have a number of clients that come to us through our community partners. We work with amazing organizations right across the city, from KCR to CARES to Kelowna Women's Shelter. So clients will come to us through those avenues as well.
So if once they're done the 12-week program, can they come back?
Absolutely.
Okay.
And that's, the beauty of our program. We're not a one and done. Okay. You can come in for styling and come in a year later to take a workshop. You can come in for a workshop, come in a year later because you need a new wardrobe for a new job. Right.
Interesting. Yeah. And do you have, I assume, when it comes to styling and stuff, you work with partners in the community? So where does that come from? How are you getting the clothes?
The clothing.
Yeah.
We have a number of businesses, so retail clothing businesses that donate their unsold merchandise to us. But most of our clothing, probably 90+% of it, comes to us from our community. So, ladies, if you're cleaning out your closets, all of your new or gently used professional or business casual, smart casual type clothing, it
They're
comes for
donated.
donation. Yeah,
That's amazing.
Yeah,
Very
it's fantastic.
Cool. And how big of a team is there? Not from your, because it sounds like you'll bring people in as needed, stylists. But what about what's your team? I'm sure it's small and mighty.
That's exactly what we call ourselves. Very small and mighty. We're 2.5 FTE.
Okay.
Yeah. So we have myself full time. I have a full time program coordinator, Heidi Johnson, and a part time boutique coordinator, Amanda Simsick.
Amazing.
Yeah.
Amazing. So what we want to talk about today as well is your amazing event that you guys host called Watch Her Soar. And you told me this year is a complete 180 that you guys have done. So let's talk about a little bit for people, again, maybe they're not familiar, what is this event? And then we'll chat a little bit about more of the details on it too. So.
Awesome. Yeah. Okay. Yeah. Watch Her Soar. This is our third annual, but it is our first time doing this event. It's pretty much a first time for this one. So Watch Her Soar grew out of the desire to have a fundraising event that will put us in front of the community to raise funds and awareness and to bring attention to our cause and our clients. So it started off a fashion show where we had our clients as models, modeling an outfit that was donated from various boutiques around the city. Each one of those outfits was auctioned off to a lucky winner in the audience that they could take it home in their size. And it was very much a very quick 3-hour cocktail party style, mix and mingle, walk around, have some canapes, have a glass of wine or two. And it's grown. So this year we thought, okay, it's time for us to go big or go home. If this is going to be our main fundraiser, which it has been, as you said earlier, it's always the shortage, right? The resources, cash. So we want to make a big splash. We're going to need to go bigger. Okay. So after a lot of conversation, and they had to drag me along, kicking and screaming, I'll admit a little bit, we made the decision to move to the Delta Grand. Okay. And to really bust out of our humble beginnings as a cocktail party fundraiser and go to a full-on gala 3-course dinner, sit down at the Delta. Our fashion show is going to look a lot different, so we're still going to feature our amazing clients and some of their stories, and they're going to get to strut the runway as well. But the fashion show is going to be an actual fashion show with multiple outfits from our boutique supporters that have decided that have come on board to support us. And then auction packages. We've got some amazing auction packages. We've got King for a Day that's going to be featuring the male clothing that we have on display. So some gift cards from some of our top male clothing retailers in town. A luxury car rental. It's got some golf in there. It's even got you go see a golf expert and they will help you
with your swing.
With your swing, they'll assess your swing.
I don't think anyone can help me with my swing.
Mine either. But yeah, so we've got some amazing packages. The Queen for a Day, same thing. Amazing gift cards from our retailers, spa packages. We've got helicopter rides. We've got so many great auction packages, and we're having, I think the tour de resistance or whatever you want to call that is our casino and speakeasy. So we decided let's make it a real night out. So the fashion show will be followed by a speakeasy with whiskey cocktails, whiskey tasting, some smoked whiskey, signature drinks, and casino games, roulette, blackjack, craps. So yeah, we really wanted to, the first 2 years it was a fantastic event, but being a fashion show, the men that came along with their wives were like, this is great, honey, but not sure, why I'm here. So we thought, okay, let's make this a night out for everyone. And have some men's fashion and some games and dancing, something that everyone can enjoy. So it's a big swing for us.
Wow, yeah. So it's November 1st.
Saturday, November 1st.
Black tie event. What time does it start? Do we get started at?
We get started at 6 p.m. Doors open at 6.
And it goes till like 3 a.m.
Let's hope not, because I don't know if I could last till 3 a.m. after all this. Technically 12, but people, whenever people want
the after party, do what you want.
Last call's at 11:30, liquor license. But
so for people that are interested in getting tickets, the best way is to go to the Dress for Success website?
Yes. Go to our website, go to the events page. There's a link on there for you to get your tickets. Get them fast, because they're get your tickets fast, people, because they're going quickly.
Well, and we talked about, unfortunately, in our market, everything is last minute.
Yes.
You guys have sold actually a lot of tickets, which is awesome.
Yeah.
So get it, because people will log in the last minute and they might not be there.
I don't want you to be disappointed.
No.
And, ticket sales will close a few days pre-event.
Right, you have to.
Have to get our numbers to the caterers and all that. So, I'd hate to see people disappointed, because I really do think, I'm a little bit biased, but I really do think this is going to be a night out to remember.
Yeah.
So we don't want anyone to be disappointed.
And for an amazing cause too. So you have a fun night out, lots of things happening, and and your dollars are going to an amazing cause on top of that. So it's not just a night out; it's more than that. So you're making an impact as well. So what about from a sponsor level? Are you looking for sponsors still, like from a corporate, or you're like always? So,
always. Never say no to money. So we do have sponsorship spots still available. So again, folks can go onto our website. You can check our website out, and you'll find my contact information on there, or you can call us and look for me. So you have sponsorship opportunities. Of course, we're still looking for auction and live and silent auction gifts, because you can never have too many of those. And we're having a balloon pop too for the night, which is super fun.
Love it.
So every balloon is going to have a prize. So of course we want to have about 150 of those.
Yeah, super fun.
So we need lots of little gift certificates and stuff that can go in things.
And then we need help cleaning up all the balloons we pop too. So
I never thought of that. Yes, we need lots of help.
That brings me back to like one of my first jobs is at Zellers, and we used to have like midnight madness where you pop balloons, and it was like you said, it like give me PTSD of my time at Zellers. So can we talk a little bit about the one thing I always find fascinating with this is that we show up to these events and they're absolutely amazing and but all the work that goes in behind the scenes that we don't see, so you have to have a team in order to like execute on something at this level. So can you talk a little bit about sort of all the heavy lifting that's been going on? It's going to be going on right to that day.
Absolutely. And you're right. No one ever thinks about that. No. But we have a team I have a core team of about 6 or 7, event chairs and co-chairs that are heading up each one of the functional areas. And each one of those co-chairs has a subcommittee of 2 to 3 people that work with them.
And these are volunteers.
These are all volunteers. And the hours they're putting in, Rob, are amazing.
I imagine.
We've been hard at this since, we start kind of softly April, May, and then by June, July, we're really full in. And of course, at this point in time, the meetings are weekly or more than weekly. And people are so generous with their time. And what always never ceases to amaze me is the passion of these volunteers. When I look at it, they're not paid to be doing this. No. They're not paid to put in these hours. And I've got 2 volunteers out right now hoofing the streets of downtown Kelowna looking for auction and balloon pop prizes. And they're just doing that because they care about the cause. And that again, when you ask me why I do what I do, it's that.
Interesting.
The nature of people just to continually give back.
And do we, this is our flagship event, obviously. Is there other events that you run through the year, smaller stuff where people can contribute as well?
Absolutely. Okay. We do a spring campaign in the month of March called Your Hour, Her Power, where that is, it's basically a month-long celebration of International Women's Day, where we get to celebrate amazing women in our community. So,
very cool.
Yeah, we feature a woman in leadership per day on all of our social media channels. They get to share a little bit of their story or an inspiring message or whatever it is that they want to talk about. And we also have a speakers panel breakfast that kicks off that month. So we bring out of that group of 30 women, 5 or 6 volunteers that want to have a really good conversation. And we have a great breakfast. And it's just a real feel-good event. The stories that come out of that month are amazing. And then we ask folks to, the Your Hour, Her Power. The name comes from, we're just asking folks to donate 1 hour of their pay or salary to help a woman in their community get, her leg up on her career. Yeah.
And that's in March.
That's in March.
Yeah, okay, interesting. So to wrap up sort of from the event side, Saturday, November 1st, there's tickets available, but they're going to go fast. And like I said, because we are a last minute community, so get your tickets before that you show up the last week. sounds like you have an amazing itinerary plan for that night. You're not going to go home disappointed.
No, I don't think you certainly won't be bored. There'll be lots to do and lots of excitement. Yeah.
So we encourage you to go to the Dress for Success website. All the details, I have it up on the screen here. Everything is, and we'll put the link in the article as well, so people are interested in buying tickets. Get your friends together. Go out, make it a night out, right? So and you're, like I said, you're making an impact in people's lives. So it's a win-win. You have a great time. Enjoy some whiskey.
Yeah, whiskey, dancing, and who doesn't enjoy an opportunity to get dressed up?
For sure, and pop a balloon. I'm excited about the balloon stuff. Like,
Me too.
I'm like a little kid. I'm like, what? We get to pop balloons?
Even though I jump every time I hear balloons. I can't imagine the sound of 150 of them popping simultaneously.
That's hilarious. So, that'll be fun. Is there anything else, sorry, that maybe we didn't cover that we want to leave the audience with before we sign off?
I would just like to thank all of our supporters and sponsors who have already jumped on board behind us to support this event. We can't do this work without them. There's many of them. And the volunteers, you know, as we talked earlier, that team of incredible people, men and women that we have behind us in this organization working on this. It's phenomenal, and this wouldn't happen without all of those people. So thank you. And then yes, Kelowna, don't wait till the last minute. Get out and get your tickets. Yeah. You don't want to be disappointed.
Well, and if you can, I mean, that's a good segue that if you can't attend for whatever, you're out of town or you can't, you know, you can still donate. You can give prizes. There's other ways if you'd like to give. There's other ways that you can give if you can't attend, or you know, you don't get a ticket because when they're sold out, it's sold out. Unfortunately, or fortunately.
Fortunately, yeah. And I think too, if you can't attend, if you're a business owner or, you know, this is an awesome opportunity to do a client appreciation. You know, if you've got a lot of, you know, high-powered clients, you think, ooh, how can I appreciate my clients this year? Purchase a table for Watch for Soar, and great way to appreciate your clients too, or your staff teams. Or yourself. Yes.
Treat yourself.
Right.
Lori, thank you. Thanks for joining me.
Thank you so much, Rob. This was fun.
Yeah, so again, we encourage you to go to this Dress for Success website. All the details are on there. We'll put the link in the article as well. And thank you for joining us today, and have yourself a great day. Thank you. Thanks, Lori.
Thank you.
Community Spotlight, powered by ATB Wealth Kelowna. Ready to take a powerful step towards the future you want today? Connect with local advisors at ATB Wealth Kelowna to get started.